Welcome back to Factorio building the Hyperbase. Guys, I've noticed there's been a little bit of a hiss going on in the background on some of my videos, and I noticed on OBS that the noise filters weren't actually active, so I have reenacted noise suppression. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if it's made any difference, or if you know anything about OBS and getting a better sound quality. I don't have the greatest headset in the world, that's probably part of the problem, but that's what happens when you deal with amateur broadcasters like myself. There we go. So that's one of our Yellow Science facilities. It's good and ready to go. There'll be another one down here. What is the plan from here? I think this can work pretty much by itself now. If we were pulling the science out, it would kick off and build some more. So what we need to do is look to the next phase, and the next phase is purple science. And my idea is we build yellow science here and here. The yellow science trains then come out to basically here, where they will top up with purple science, and then they'll pull out of that, maybe come down here and top up with blue science, and then they'll maybe pull out of that. I mean, I don't want to run directly into these, so the maneuvering might be a bit different to this, but maybe pull out like this, fill up with red and green science, and then do I also run all the way up here and get the space science, or do I go, right, you go into the silo with that, and the space science is dealt with separately? I'm not sure, but certainly I do think that given that I don't have my train mod in this game, or at least not so far, and probably won't, because I want to try and make it completely vanilla, so we'll try and avoid needing it. Because of that, it's a lot easier to have one train that carries all the sciences, or most of the sciences, and it can go in, unload, and then we can get another train in and have it unload. Now if we unload into a car, which I don't have any on me, but cars you can put whatever. You can make their content be locked inside the chest, whereas you can't do that with a steel chest. So, but on the other hand, you can read the contents of chests. Read contents. Nothing at the moment. But there, you've got a signal. So I mean, it's easy enough if we had chest to chest to lab. That's pretty high capacity, and it's easy enough to read them. I mean, these have more than a wagon's worth of capacity, so having two would give you plenty of storage for normal labs. Though, what do? Just empty the train completely when it pulls in, and then when it's a space science train, unload until space science value hits a certain number, and then direct insert into labs. Maybe we do something like that. I don't actually think that science is that big a cost in UPS if you use bots. But it's just these mechanisms that don't use bots are probably just about as effective, if not more so. Well, just about as effective, because there's plenty of time to unload. Anyway, neither's going to use that much UPS. So that basically means that purple science, we come over here. Let's have a look at our planner. Purple. Now I don't really know how all this works. There we go. Is that what I wanted? $84, which actually works out as a single setup fairly nicely. $21 long by 4, 1 setup, purple science, dunsies. So I think that's what we want. Let's build that first. Let's do this in kind of reverse order. Do I have something else that's 21? Probably not. Will this count this for me? No. Not while it is defined as something in particular. That's not 21. Okay. What about these guys? I mean, I can always change it later, I guess. That's 23, so I'd have to lose 1 from each end. What else do we do that might be of the right length? This thing, 23. It's probably a slightly better arrangement to copy from though. 23 is actually a better length because it gets right to the edge of this stuff. But it's 21 that we need. Alright. What's that? That's not needed. Let us make a... Oh, that's a good point. I don't need 4 trains, do I? Let's copy that. And Vinny Zoom to the rescue. Alright. You can probably go up somewhere, like about here. Now, why don't I go back to low density structures, grab the bottom so that we get 3 that's too far out. So we have 3 where am I? Oh, I'm in a plane. Okay. Let's just jump out. So we need to measure up. Oh, that's good. I actually kept the train station. So, right, these boxes are not needed. We would need these boxes along. Let's actually let's give everything a bit of a helping hand. And I think this setup with the substations in the middle there is probably workable. This is mainly to clear the trees, actually. In fact, I'm going to get more aggressive on clearing those trees because they really are in the way, and I really need them not to be in the way. So, whoops. Red boxes, we're out of them. Reassign them somewhere a little bit more useful. So we don't need any in there. What we do need though is requester chests. And I'm just leaving the bots to do their own thing while I do this because it will save me a little bit of time later possibly. Yeah, they're filling me up with wood and other assorted crap. It looks like we are out of these things. Not sure if it should be there or there. It probably doesn't matter. Guess we'll check it when we've got a train in the stop and we are actually out. Okay. That being 2000 is probably not what we need right now. In fact, I might even do that. We don't need smelters. What we are going to need is basically 100 of them, possibly 200 of them. That might be overkill, I'm not entirely sure. Something like that for a start. Let's change over these guys. Let's run back to the main base. Let's put a indicator here for purple science. And grab that stuff. Now, obviously, we haven't built out all of the intermediate products that we need to get I think we want to come over now. Yep. To get purple science done, but there's only 2, and I don't think it's going to take too long to get them done. Actually, I might cancel that and keep the train stations now. The rail, we might need it, you never know. What else would be useful? Probably that's good enough. Oh yeah, I should probably check on the solar. I think I sorted it out at the end of the last episode, but it's actually been a couple of days or so since I last got on the map. Mainly because I've been working on my mods, getting the train controller closer to public release, and there we go, that's purple there. And working on some new stuff for SpaceX as well. Why am I going there? What I really need to do is this. That's right, I placed that down. This bit's completely done. One thing I do find when I first place these down, with the shorter time that I now have here, it's actually getting 2 panels down rather than waiting for the bots to all... Well, the bots don't start building the next one in time, and you're often getting a second placement of the blueprint, which is, I guess you could even call it 4 each time, but yeah, it's not a problem because it just means that these early ones it does faster, because eventually it goes back to just doing 1. I don't know exactly what's causing that. Doesn't really matter. If I needed to fix it, the way to fix it is just to put the time up again, but I like the fact that it's building pretty quickly. In fact, we're getting very close to 500,000 panels now, which is awesome. It's certainly something that we need. Well, this is probably 25, maybe even more gigawatts at its maximum usage right now. Usable somewhat less, closer to 20, but 27, wow. I suppose that makes sense actually. 500,000 would be 30 gigawatts, so yeah, we're almost at 29 from the panels alone. Anyway, enough of that. We need to get on with building this stuff. Now, every single one of these assembly machines, I think they've all got the same recipe at the moment. We're going to need to change that recipe over to, I should have got more bots because I'm missing them again. Never mind. There you go. We're done with those. Doesn't look like we needed all those requester chests. We might be short of stack inserters still. We're certainly short on substations. It looks like I don't need all of those roboports. And beacons, of course. So let's swap these guys over. Not this one at all. We need you purple science. And the easiest way to change is just to do that, and fortunately the prod modules are still relevant even with this change. And this is one of the designs that I did late enough to realize that flipping these around in their columns makes sense, so that you kind of alternate the boxes like so. So those are a couple of good design techniques. And the overall number of boxes this way, by having them between the assembly machines, is halved, which I think also helps. Less for the bots to work out where they need to go. I think that is better than having like a requester down here for every single one. That admittedly is a few tiles closer, but it means the bots have to calculate between twice as many requester chests. And also it's more likely to be spread more evenly, and it's between 2 machines. Ooh, mining productivity 67. Let's get on with 68. Yeah, we're a lot short on stack inserters. I might even increase that to 300. Okay. Now, a lot of these guys actually needed to be manually placed. Yeah. So that's fine. Oh. Shot my own machine. That's not really what I intended to do, but never mind. So you can be, what do we call yellow science? Yellow science load. Okay, your purple science load. Purple science load, and what I now want to do is, well, I need power on this whole thing, but what I also now want to do is connect up yellow science. Let's get rid of all this nonsense. Connect up yellow science. Get the yellow science train in here so we can see if all the boxes and so on are where they need to be. Actually, I might do this with the plane. Makes things just a tad faster. Especially now that we have pretty quick bots. Oops, that means we have actually already gone too far. Come on guys, do this bit over here. Right, so sweet. There we go. For completeness, we should probably do that here as well. Yeah, may as well. Ooh. Yeah, I think I need a chain there and one of these guys there. I think that's what I need. We'll find out soon enough if it's not. Let's just kill that. That goes there, 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 that goes there. Picked up the wrong one. One of them can go there, one of them can go there. Okay, so yellow science feeding into purple science, done. Not finished, but otherwise done. Do you have power here? No. Does it matter if we have power? No, probably not. We do need fuel though if I'm going to do anything with this guy. Okay, let's get some fuel. May as well move it out. Make sure everything is set up properly. We have the right thingamabob to get the show on the road. $131. I might put a few back because I need about 240, which is to there. Unless this guy's actually, we are a little bit empty, so that is probably fine. Let's go and fill up this train, the science train. I think I need to head out in this direction a bit now. I really do need a map or a GPS or something. Maybe that would be a good mod. You can either look up these kind of symbols or find a destination that you want to get to, ping it, and have, you know, arrows or something point you in the right direction so you don't get lost. That sounds like an awesome idea, actually. What do you guys think of that idea? I think that's an awesome idea. You are going to go to yellow science. Yellow science. Load circuit condition, and then, because I don't know what the condition is going to be yet, and just a minute. Okay, so we are back. Now, I have, oh no, I haven't forgotten what I was doing. I was filling this up with fuel, and I was going to send you off to purple science. Load, that's that one. Circuit condition as well, and off you go. Now we're faster than a speeding train. Let's just check what we wanted to check, which was these are all fine. That's actually, it should be here, strictly speaking. In fact, I'm going to do that just because reasons. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so the products, actually, do we need 3 or do we need 4 in here? Purple sign, there's just 2 products, right? Okay, yes, good. So it doesn't really matter which one's which because it uses them in the same volume. It just depends where we end up building them, I guess. And that's the next part, is to see about that. So let's have a look up here. 128. I think that is 2 of my one side red builds that I do. But I'm not sure what you get if the other side is green circuits. So we're going to have to go and have a look. at 1. This one, I think it's Control N, is that right? Yep. Oh, and I've lost, no, that's not the one. Up here is the one. Okay, Control N. So, items per minute. That makes 7,000 red circuit. Oh, where'd you go? If we, what does this do? Pin. Ah. Aha. You can do that. One day I'll actually read up about this product and work out exactly what you can do. It is very handy. Oh, I suppose we actually need to ensure that we capture all of the beacons for this to give us an accurate reading. Um, 7,000. What does this do? Expand. Or not. Maximize. So we get 29,000 green circuits, which should be more than enough. I think one side of green circuits would be more than enough for our needs here. Okay, we need to go back to this to get the full details. 29,000 green circuits when we needed 24,000 in total. We need 14,000 red. So yes, we do need 14,286. 14,286. Yes, we do need 2 lots of this. But we don't need 2 lots of the green. We only need 1 lot of the green. Which is interesting, because we could probably use the extra green and make blue. How much green do we need here? 25,000. That's interesting. 25,000. Here we needed 24,000. And I've just lost my max rate calculator that I was trying to bring to the front. So let's just do that again, guys. One of these days I will figure this out. We're getting 29,000. So yeah, I think I needed 24,000 in total, so I need, like, I could rip off half of this from each side if I want to keep it just enough for purple. Or we can have it so that we pull off the excess green circuits and send them to blue. Let's just confuse ourselves again one last time. 24,000 green circuits for this one, and we're going to have 2 lots of the 29, remember, so 24,000, that's a +5, and blue says it needs 25,000, so we're actually still up 9,000 green circuits a minute, which is probably just about enough for green as well, you know. Maybe not. But it's certainly enough for blue. But we have this little red conundrum. That's a bit of a pain. I think I may have too many of these setups. I don't think I need that anymore for the moment. Too many of these setups for yellow. I think I need 2 of these setups for each one of these. And 2 of these, so 4 in total for each one of these. I'll have to come back to that, but why do I have you? Can you go away now? There we go. So the upshot of that is I need 2 red and green circuit builds. I need some more territory if we're going to need to build these things. Oh look, more ridiculously over the top copper. Ooh, and more. So we're not going to be short of copper to do what we not want, as long as it's big enough for my ore trains. Kind of an issue into itself. We need a bit more over here as well. Let's have a look in map view, or just how extreme these are. 9.5, 6.6, 7.1, there's more over there. We need our circuit builds. It's then got to flow into the circuit builds have to then flow in to these builds, and they also need to have steel. So I need a big steel build. Looks like the electric engines should be fairly easy. Although I haven't actually 200 really? Oh no, I keep forgetting this whole carry on. Now it's 31. Okay, so yeah, we can do engines and electric engines all in one little block. I think 41 of those now. Oh no, we're not. Once again, I've forgotten this little hoodaki. And this one as well. Update and 12. Update. So yeah. Maybe we will do the electric engine first. Because it's probably easiest. So it's basically 43 on, I guess, one side and 36 on the other side. Do I want to kind of hemisphere these guys? Do I want to balance between 36 and 43? Probably not. I probably want 23 and then just 20. And maybe 23 and 8, 10, 13. So they will kind of operate on a hemisphere basis. Okay. So, what does that mean? It means that this has to come out and down, and it has to give enough room so this one can also come down. Probably doesn't have to go too far away. That's 23. We need at least enough room to be able to do something like so. How does that look in terms of distance? That should be fine. Oh, I haven't actually worked out how many rails I need in this yet. Back to this thing. Okay, so we are supplying electric engines. We will need green circuits, lubricant. Yes, I keep forgetting about this lubricant. It's a bit of a pain. But alright, green circuits, lubricant, steel, iron. Green circuits, lubricant, steel, iron. Take out the lubricant, it's 3, so it's basically a 4. It's a 4-way doohickey. So I will actually use this up here. And just do something like that. Okay. Am I leaving enough room for all the rails to get through here and return? They can also use down here, so I hope so. The top end can be the well, we need to start placing this one as well, actually. So why don't I get some more of those, more boxes, more red boxes. Maybe I need to boost that up. Let's try that for starters. I suspect we are starting to run out of time. I don't exactly know how much time we've used now because of interruption, but let's at least get this down and get the formulas set up, and maybe even quickly slap down the next one. Which the next one being, of course, the furnaces. And then we can work out how we get all of the actual intermediate products, rather than these guys, intermediate products, in there sorted. We're going to need a few of those, so let's just grab some now. it is quite spread out. If we used a more traditional approach to mining these things, obviously we wouldn't need to be quite as spread out as this, but we're not. We're doing it this way. Now what we need, of course, is basically a indicator that this is electric engines. And you guys can go over there. Wow. Those beacons didn't last particularly long. Now lube train might end up just being something that pulls up here or pulls up in here, or you know, all sorts. I haven't decided yet, but it probably doesn't need to be 20 long and sitting in the middle of here and forcing everything further apart. That's one thing that I am pretty sure of. So if this is going to be the we do have a little bit of rail. If that's going to be the way to get the electric engines in there, then so be it. You can be EE load, and if we grab this again for the furnaces, we need steel plate, advanced circuit, and stone brick, and we only need 22 machines. Wow. Yes, that is kind of amazing, really. Just 2 over the 20. We're not making any other products here. How much does the stone take? Stone. $104. Which is quite a lot. Stone can do its own thing. We're not going to try and accommodate it here. So we want our 4 stations. I need a bit of room between, and I also let's just, for starters, take this as is. I think we'll use InfiniZoom to place it so we can see how it relates to this patch. Probably something like that we'll have to do. So this one, M, can be furnaces, and obviously this is going to come up here and go in there. And yeah, next episode we'll have to see how we're going to get this to work, because obviously we still have steel, iron and circuits to feed in here. But we've certainly done enough for this episode, so thanks for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next. Bye bye for now.